अच्छा भला हमारे लड़के वहां पे वर्ल्ड कप जीत जाते, वो वहां पे पनौती हरवा दिया।
नरेंद्र मोदी जी का काम आपके ध्यान को इधर उधर करने का है और अदानी का काम आपकी जेब काटने का है।
महाज्ञानी कांग्रेस के कह रहे थे कि आप सबके पास मेड इन चाइना मोबाइल फोन होता है। अरे मूर्खों के सरदार,
आपने वो सलमान खान की पिक्चर देखी है तेरे नाम? उसमें सलमान खान शुरू से अंत तक रोते ही रहते हैं। मैं तो कहती हूँ मोदी जी के लिए भी पिक्चर बना देते हैं, उसका नाम रखेंगे मेरे नाम। कद में थोड़े छोटे पड़ गए, लेकिन अहंकार में तो भाई वाह भाई वाह।
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, I had to start the show with a barrage of Gaalis. But what can I do? This is precisely what the political discourse has been reduced to. Ahead of the 2024 general elections, the 2023 state polls were being touted as the semi-finals before the finals. Unfortunately, instead of the economy, infrastructure and social welfare, all we are guaranteed this election season is Gaali. A high-voltage campaign of the Congress in Rajasthan has descended into a free-for-all abusive spree against the Prime Minister. Forgotten are the 7 guarantees for social and economic justice in the Congress manifesto. The party top bosses instead gave in to Gaalis for the Prime Minister. Congress projects itself as the savior of the backward classes and vows to bring in a caste census. But does this empathy also extend to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who belongs to the OBC caste of Ghanchi Teli? Not really. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge took a personal pot shot at the Prime Minister, claiming that he is a fake OBC. He also alleged that he secretly added his own community to the OBC list when he became Gujarat's Chief Minister. Then came Congress scion Rahul Gandhi. He first accused the Prime Minister of crony capitalism, called him a jeb katra or likened him to a pickpocket, and then called the Prime Minister of our country, of our democracy, representing 140 crore people, a Panauti. A Panauti is an unlucky charm. Wherever he appears, something bad happens. That's what Panauti means. This was in the context of the Prime Minister embracing Team India after a crushing defeat on the 19th of November at the World Cup final. Watch now how the Prime Minister of India was dragged through the murky waters of Gaali politics.
फिर मोदी जी बोलते हैं यस मैं भी बैकवर्ड क्लास का हूँ। बोले कई बार आप सुने नहीं क्या? सुन तो मैं बैकवर्ड का हूँ। वो भी घासी अपना तेली है। घासी तेली जो होते हैं वो बैकवर्ड में नहीं थे पहले। वो जब चीफ मिनिस्टर बने आहिस्ता से वो उसमें डाल दिए बैकवर्ड लिस्ट में।
जब 2 जेब कतरे किसी की जेब काटना चाहते हैं तो सबसे पहले क्या करते हैं? ध्यान हटाने का काम करते हैं। एक आता है, आपके सामने आता है और आपसे कोई ना कोई बातचीत करता है, आपका ध्यान इधर उधर ले जाता है। पीछे से दूसरा आता है, जेब काट लेता है, चला जाता है। नरेंद्र मोदी जी का काम आपके ध्यान को इधर उधर करने का है और अदानी का काम आपकी जेब काटने का है।
याद है? हाँ, क्या पनौती पनौती पनौती, वो अच्छा भला वहां पे, अच्छा भला हमारे लड़के वहां पे वर्ल्ड कप जीत जाते, वो वहां पे पनौती हरवा दिया। टीवी वाले ये नहीं कहेंगे, टीवी वाले ये नहीं कहेंगे, मगर जनता जानती है।
मैं तो ये कहूंगा, ये मैच गुजरात में हुआ है, अगर ये स्टेडियम लखनऊ में हुआ होता और उन्हें आशीर्वाद बहुतों का मिलता है और इंडिया जीत गई होगी। अब सुनने में आ रहा है कि वहां की पिच भी गड़बड़ थी और जो लोगों की तैयारी थी वो तैयारी आधी अधूरी रह गई। इसलिए कभी कभी समय बताता है कि अब समय उनका नहीं है, समय दूसरे लोगों का आने वाला है।
समय दूसरे लोगों का आने वाला है। Pun on Australia's good times, and the pun is on how the opposition will have a good time in 2024. The free-flowing Gaalis by the Congress were countered by the BJP. They accused Gandhis of abusing the Prime Minister due to their hatred towards him. Listen in to this war of words.
Despicably poor comment. Games are played, matches are won and lost. He's actually continuing the Congress tradition of calling all abusive names of the Prime Minister. I thought he'd stay away from it and have his chelas, Manishankar Iyer and others, talk about it. He's joining the league. Is that how sports has got to be encouraged? Is that the route with which Congress wants to encourage? Hatred for PM. This is another classic example.
कल बगल में एक मैच हुआ था, वर्ल्ड कप। उसके पहले 9 मैच हुए, 9 इंडिया जीत गई। अब वहां कौन पहुंच गया कि उसके पहुंचते ही हार गई। इसके पहले भी इसरो पहुंच गए थे, तो लैंड जो हमारा चंद्रयान था वो गया, लेकिन जैसे उनको देखा लड़खड़ा गया, लैंड नहीं कर पाया। ये पांव जहां जहां पड़ते वहां सत्यानाशी होता है।
To use this kind of shameful abuse for the Prime Minister of India, who is a global leader, who is so adored by the people of India, shows the true culture of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. It is a shameful conduct. I expect him to apologize.
The standard that is downgrading in Indian politics, I think it has started with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The kind of adjectives he uses in a public meeting against Rahul Gandhi, who is a parliamentarian, who is a senior Congress leader, who might be future of the country, and the way the things are used that I cannot even repeat. You reap what you sow.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the legitimate question we are asking on the NewsHour tonight, is Gaali the only guarantee? That's the question, and that's the debate on the other side.
You're watching the NewsHour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, Vivek Silas, former cricketer and spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Vivek Srivastava, political analyst. Sanjay Jha, author and suspended leader of the Congress Party. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, senior fellow at the IPCS. Ishkaran Bhandari, advocate. But my first question goes to Shehzad Poonawala, national spokesperson of the BJP. And Shehzad Poonawala, Jeb Katra or questioning of the caste. It's all out there happening in the elections. Is Rajasthan really the battleground, even worse than Madhya Pradesh has been, because the level and the tempo of Gaalis have really gone up several folds, and above all being called Panauti for the Prime Minister. That's the word that was trending by the trolls, I think, on the day India lost the match. And today it has become the official dictionary of senior leaders of the opposition. How do you respond?
नाविका जी, झांकी रही भावना जैसी, प्रभु मूरत दिखे तिन तैसी। जो स्वयं जिनकी विरासत जेब कतरों की हो, और उनके पूज्य पिताजी राहुल जी के बताते गए थे कि मैं 1 रुपया भेजता हूं तो कांग्रेसी जेब कतरे 85 पैसे खा जाते हैं। यूपीए में 2G, CWG, जीजा जी किस प्रकार की जेब काटी गई वो तो हमने देखा ही। ऐतिहासिक 20 लाख करोड़ की जेब काटी गई। अभी भी नेशनल हेराल्ड में जेब काटने का काम हुआ है तो उस पर भी कार्रवाई हो रही है। तो जिनकी विरासत और फितरत जेब काटने की हो, उनको तो जेब कतरे कैसे होते, क्या करते हो तो स्वाभाविक रूप से ज्यादा पता होगा। अच्छा, पनौती पर भी देखिए, ये पनौती शब्द जो है वो तो स्वयं उनको अभिभूत होता होगा कि पार्टी और परिवार के लिए ऐसी पनौती है कि चुनाव दर चुनाव हारते गए। ये ऐसी पनौती राजस्थान में लगी हुई है कि राजस्थान नंबर 1 बलात्कार में, राजस्थान नंबर 1 भ्रष्टाचार में, राजस्थान नंबर 1 पेपर लीक में, राजस्थान नंबर 1 तुष्टिकरण में, राजस्थान नंबर 1 PFI को दावत देने में। तो इस प्रकार की पनौती तो राजस्थान पर लगी हुई है। परंतु पनौती शब्द जो है, नाविका जी अगर इसका अध्ययन करेंगे तो ज्यादातर पनौती शब्द जो इस्तेमाल हुआ है वो महिलाओं के और पिछड़ी जाति और वर्गों के लोगों के खिलाफ हुआ है। तो किस सामंती सोच से राहुल गांधी पनौती कह रहे हैं, इसका भी अध्ययन होना चाहिए कि ये मूलतः महिला विरोधी और सामंती सोच है। दूसरी बात, पनौती सोच कभी भी उदारवादी और प्रोग्रेसिव लिबरल्स की नहीं हो सकती। प्रोग्रेसिव लिबरल्स साइंटिफिक थॉट में विश्वास रखते हैं। पनौती का मतलब यह है कि इतने दिनों तक 10 मैच जो भारतीय क्रिकेट टीम जीती उसमें उनकी काबिलियत नहीं थी, वो कुछ गुड लक था, गुड ओमेन था, और 11वीं मैच में बैड ओमेन हो गया। मतलब ये अनसाइंटिफिक, मतलब नेहरू जी ने इनको पनौती वाली सोच दी है, नेहरू जी ने साइंटिफिक विजडम नहीं दिया है। अच्छा, चौथी बात मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं, गाली की पॉलिटिक्स से आप हैरान क्यों है नाविका जी? आपके तो कम से कम न्यूज आर के 50 डिबेट शोज इसी पे हुए होंगे कि प्रधानमंत्री के माता पिता से लेकर ओबीसी वर्ग तक, उनके परिवार को लेकर, उनके गरीब जाति को लेकर, उनके चाय वाला होने को लेकर 90 से ज्यादा गालियां इन्होंने देने का काम किया। तो गाली की दुकान मतलब कांग्रेस की पहचान। और ये क्यों कर रहे हैं? राहुल गांधी ने सही पहचाना है, ध्यान भटकाना है। क्योंकि आज राजस्थान जिस कगार पर खड़ा है, तो राजस्थान की जनता और महिलाएं खासकर कह रही है को पनौती को मुक्त करना है हमें राजस्थान से। तो ये पनौती मुक्त करने की बारी जब आई है राजस्थान से, तो इसीलिए अपने रिपोर्ट कार्ड से ध्यान भटकाने के लिए गाली गलौज की पॉलिटिक्स और ये सारी बातें। और एक आखिरी बात जो खड़गे जी ने कहा, खड़गे जी ने क्या कहा कि ये मोदी तो तेली है, मोदी तेली है। और ये तेली पिछड़ी जाति कहां से? नाविका जी, मैं आपके सामने यहाँ पर तथाकथित एक बिहारी भी बैठे हैं जो अपने आप को बिहारी कहते हैं, वैसे इनसे पूछ लीजिए, बिहार में तेली लोअर ओबीसी में आता है। मच बिफोर गुजरात में या मच बिफोर एनी अदर स्टेट, बिहार में लोअर ओबीसी में डाला जाता है। और यहाँ पर 2 कम से कम ऐसे लोग हैं जिनके नाम में विवेक है, उनके बोलने में विवेक हो ना हो, वो अपना विवेक लगाकर बोले कि तेली समाज किस में आता है, वो सिर्फ बताते।
Well, all right. Sanjay Jha, before you respond, I have a viewer who has just messaged me and sent me this picture. If Sandeep, if you can just focus on this picture. This is a picture of former President of Pakistan, Pervez Musharraf, and our former Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh. And this is at a match at Firozshah Kotla, which is now the Arun Jaitley Stadium, in 2005. You know what this viewer says? April 17, 2005, for the 6th one-day international in Delhi between India and Pakistan, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh watched the match with Pervez Musharraf from a bulletproof glass enclosure. Pakistan scored 303 for 8 and India collapsed at 144 all out. The team had Sachin, Sehwag, Dhoni, Dravid, all of them in the ranks. Who was Panauti then? Is this viewer's question, number one. Number two, are you actually talking about Panauti, which is really bad luck charm, and saying that all matches won thus far by the cricket team have been because of some superstition or the other, some charm or the other? It's got nothing to do with the expertise of the team, India, that has put its might and its entire hard work behind it?
नाविका जी, यहाँ पर भाजपा के प्रवक्ता ने कहा ये बिहारी है, तो उनको हम बता दें बिहारी है गुरुजी। हम लोग बदमाश हैं, लाठी उठी लेके निकलते हैं, समझे ना। रोडवा में बैठ के यदि कोई आगे से आके वहां पर बुर्बक तरीके से बात करता है तो हम लोग उसके लिए तैयार रहते हैं, कुश्ती खेलने के लिए तैयार रहते हैं। अब चुपचाप सुनो हम जो बोल रहे हैं, चुपचाप सुनो। नाविका, let me answer your question. Let me answer your question. I personally would tell you upfront, I don't believe in this Panauti conversation. I'm not superstitious by nature, and I am a rational human being. I don't believe in this Panauti. The Prime Minister has every fundamental right. He's a political CEO of the country to go and watch the match, any match that India plays or any country that plays. There are, however, a couple of serious objections to the way the Prime Minister has capitalized on that, what I would call as a very unexpected defeat of a fantastic dream team of India. And please hear me out on this. As you know, Navika, have been in the cricket space myself a couple of years ago. Number one, the dressing room, Navika, is sacrosanct, is consecrated. It is not a place that is accessible even to the great Mr. Tendulkar or Anil Kumble, etc. Rahul Dravid, the coach, could go there. The players go there. Even their wives and their family members are not allowed into the dressing room. Here you have a situation where Rahul Dravid as a coach went and said in the press conference that my boys are devastated. And I can tell you, we can keep talking about till the cows come home, but the pain of a Rohit Sharma, Shreyas Iyer, Virat Kohli, or Mohammad Shami is something that none of us can understand because they are the ones who played the game. What is the bottom line here? The Prime Minister lands up in the dressing room, which the ICC rules prohibit, and he goes in apparently to condole the players. Well, very magnanimous gesture, welcome. Here is the problem. Number one, he carries a whole camera crew. He's got his audio, kind of mic all ready. He goes ahead and, talks to the players. And today you have the BJP promoting that across TV channels. Look at the great leader that Narendra Modi is. This is so tragic. I think it's repugnant. It's reprehensible that at a time when a country, when a cricket which binds us together, politicians, Navika, divide us. I believe that BJP is the most divisive party in the history of India's politics. And the cricketers unite us. It is secular. It is the most uniting religion of this country is cricket. And here, when the boys are down in the dumps, Mr. Modi is trying to make political capital out of that.
No, and isn't Mr. Rahul Gandhi also making political capital of the loss of the cricket team by calling the Prime Minister Panauti? If you're criticizing anybody capitalizing on anything, then frankly, just look at both sides.
Yeah. Navika, let me tell you, I personally believe that Rahul should not call Narendra Modi a Panauti because Panauti is, I think, in my opinion, a very archaic, and it's one of those terms that is used to talk about bad luck. I think Mr. Modi is not, I would not call him as a bad omen. He's been a disaster as a prime minister, but I personally believe he's the worst prime minister India's had, but I won't call him a bad luck for India. There are people who are happy with him, who vote for him. There's no problem with that. But I do believe that Mr. Modi and the BJP crudely, in a very vulgar way, capitalizing at a time when the boys are down. It's like gate crashing somebody's, time of loss and taking it on camera and telling the world, on Instagram, I'm showing my sympathy for these people who are feeling a little low and down in the dumps. I think this is not what politics should do with sports.
Well, Sanjay, a few facts before I get in. Shehzad Poonawalla, who's putting his hand up. Few facts. The tournament was over. I don't think any breach of any rule was done because the tournament was over, the match was over. Going to the dressing room, frankly, I don't know if it broke any rules at that point in time. Even the trophy had been given away. So I don't know, if any rule was broken. Number one, but people go to the dressing rooms all the time. French President Macron went to the footballers' dressing room to congratulate them when they won their match. So, Shehzad Poonawalla, what is Sanjay Jha speaking about?
The problem is that Sanjay Jha has spent too much time with dealers, not with leaders. A leader is somebody who picks up the spirit of the team, no matter what team it's playing for, whether it's the ISRO team or whether it's the cricket team when they're down in the dumps, and not just celebrates with them when the going is good. When K. Sivan was hugged, now Mr. Sanjay Jha may say that, that was a place only for scientists. How come Narendra Modi was hugging K. Sivan at that time, and how he was hugging the former chairman of ISRO and giving him Santwana and telling him that we will do it? So, this is the problem. Now, Sanjay Jha, please tell me, since you are so good with literary flower and literary power, please tell me what is the connotation of this word Panauti? It comes and it is specifically used by people of a particular elitist background against women and against people of lower caste. It has been used traditionally against those people. So today when a Rahul Gandhi actually uses it, he uses it with the same sense of Samanti Soch, which Mr. Sanjay Jha conveniently wants to escape by saying, I would not use Panauti, but Rahul Gandhi has used Panauti. So please tell us about the casteist mindset of that. Thirdly, the reason that this debate is happening today is because Rahul Gandhi does not want to answer questions about the phenomenal failures of the Panauti government in Rajasthan. The Rajasthan government is actually a Panauti because it has delivered all the bad statistics to the people of Rajasthan. And lastly, fourthly, Mr. Sanjay Jha, the day you can tell me what was Rajiv Gandhi's contribution to name Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award, at that time, I think you should be in a position to talk about Gandhi family or about anybody else as a politician trying to uplift the spirit of the.
All right, and let me also tell you another fact, Sanjay Jha. Once the trophy is handed over and the final match is over, the players and match officials area description goes away. It becomes defunct because everything is over by then. And may I tell you in 2011. If you want to call it the Congress regime, well, I'll call it the Congress regime, and BCCI having a lot of Congress and India Gathbandhan people in it. In 2011, Sudhir Gautam, an ardent Sachin Tendulkar fan, was in the dressing room gallery after India won the World Cup. Why then raise only questions about Modi is something that you should think about, considering you know so much about cricket.
Navika, let me quickly answer because Shehzad raised some points about women, etc. Now, Shehzad, let me tell you, if Mr. Modi truly cared for sports people, if sports people were not just a photo op for him, a PR, propaganda and publicity program, you remember he took photos with all the champion women wrestlers when they won their medals in the Commonwealth, Asian Games and the Olympics, and when they were on the streets of Delhi protesting against the sexual predator of the BJP. Did Mr. Modi even utter a word? No. That is the tragedy of Indian politics. I'm not saying that Mr. Modi himself is the only politician guilty of using sports for pushing his political agenda, but it is sad because at some point India needs to change.
It's only sad. It's only sad when you accuse Modi, but it's not sad when others do the same. Abhijit Iyer Mitra,
partner of Nitish Kumar, says the person who's given ticket to Shanti Dhariwal, says the person whose chief minister said most rape cases are fake, says the chief minister of a state where rapes are number one, says the chief minister of a state where they have allowed rapes of minors to the extent of 50,000 minors being raped, says that person. Okay.
Abhijit Iyer Mitra.
Okay. So, if we're at the game of finding Panautis, 19th November was Indira Gandhi's birthday. So, draw whatever conclusions you want. So there's lots of Panautis to go around to blame. But let's leave aside Panautis, kyunki main to nastik hu, I don't believe in all of this. So, first of all, we shouldn't extrapolate. When people are down, they need bucking up. Some people need bucking up, some people don't need bucking up. I'm sure the intent there was generally to buck people up. How many times have we seen the Indian team lose and get trolled viciously on Twitter, Facebook, whatever? When the Prime Minister goes and stands by that, it dampens down all that pointless criticism. And I think it is an important thing. Now, Sanjay is entitled to his opinion. But, to insinuate that his opinion is what Modi did is a bit rich. Because there are lots of opinions that can be insinuated onto Rahul Gandhi. He gets very cuddly with his mummy and sister in public as well. What is that all about? Right? So this is a rabbit hole anybody can go down. Next, I think we need to be very clear about this, that the one cricketer who did tweet about it was Mohammad Shami, and he seemed genuinely very happy about the Prime Minister having come and consoled him. Do you see anybody particularly upset out there? No. Is anything preventing them from saying that they didn't want this happening or whatever? It is a known thing. Bill Clinton is known to go into dressing rooms before the American baseball things. Barack Obama is known to have done it. Macron has gone not into the French dressing room alone. He's also gone into the Moroccan dressing room to congratulate the Moroccan team. The Croatian president keeps hanging out with her, president or prime minister, I forget, hangs out with her football team in their dressing room. There's nothing sacrosanct about a dressing room. We need to be very clear about this. Different people have different emotions that get dealt with differently. I'm sure the Prime Minister had the best intent in heart. He doesn't have to be seen. Think of it this way. What does he gain being seen with a team that has lost a match? Being seen with a team that wins a match is a huge ego booster. Going to a team and consoling a losing team is genuine concern for that team. That's the way I look at it. I think it really
absolutely. And when you say that Rahul Gandhi,
let me just quickly finish.
Okay.
I really think the way, the depths to which Sanjay, Rahul's mother, Rahul's sister, and all these people have descended. They are a bunch of losers who have lost every single election. They're going to lose the next election. It is, the fear of being losers, having lost out, resource competition that makes them so bitter. They need to bada dil bada karo. प्यार का दुकान खोल के रखा है पर मुंह से बस गाली निकलता है.
But बड़ा दिल आजकल पॉलिटिक्स में मुझे बहुत ज्यादा दिखता नहीं है. अभिजीत अय्यर मित्रा, we all have to recognize that there is an overall degradation. And when you say Rahul Gandhi is cuddly with his mother, frankly if you're making the reference and if you're insinuating that it shows the human side of Rahul Gandhi, I agree with you. It does. And
yeah,
at least.
But why is Modi touching his mother's feet so bad? That is tamasha, but Rahul being huggy-duggy with mummy and sister is all genuine, is it?
No, but frankly, I mean, these little peeps into celebrities and politicians' lives, I think are heartwarming, and people like to watch this. Sanjay Jai, if you're cynical, I don't know what I can do about that. But, when I sit at home, be a journalist, we see these things. You're a politician, you see these things and have a different point of view. But regular people think it's damn sweet. It's okay. It's all right. And if the Prime Minister's touching his mother's feet and she's feeding him something, I think it's the human side of people, and there should be no objection to that. But I come back to the question of name calling. Well, let me also bring in Vivek Silas. And Vivek Silas, Akhilesh ji, when he says that किसी और का टाइम अच्छा है, अच्छा आप राजनीति के बारे में बोल रहे हो, आप चाहते हो कि ऑपोजिशन का अच्छा टाइम आ जाए, fair enough. But are you saying Australia's time is better, India team का time गलत है? क्या ये players का insult नहीं है? Or is it, all fair in love and politics? कि when you want to insult the Prime Minister, if you're also insulting the national Indian cricket team, that's fair play as far as opposition is concerned, as far as politicians are concerned. I'm asking you this question with all responsibility.
Yes. First of all, very good evening to you, Navika ji, and Pranam. I think you should have heard the entire speech of Mr. Akhilesh Yadav, what he said. He said if at all the final would have been played in Lucknow here, there would have been two advantages, saying that here we have named the stadium as Ikana Stadium, which was built by the Samajwadi Party, and Ikana is also the name of Lord Vishnu. So he said that even the blessings of Lord Vishnu would have been with the Team India. Secondly, the Bharatiya Janata Party renamed it as Atal Bihari Vajpayee Stadium. So he said that the blessings of Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee would have also been with Team India. No one in the entire country wanted India to lose. Everyone was praying that India should win. And secondly, I would like to correct Mr. Shehzad Poonawala. Shehzad ji, ये टेस्ट मैच नहीं हो रहा था, ये 50 ओवर का वनडे इंटरनेशनल हो रहा था. पहली बात, इससे पहले 1983 तक 60 ओवर का वनडे इंटरनेशनल हुआ करता था जो वर्ल्ड कप होता था. लेट मी करेक्ट यू दैट. बट कॉलिंग समवन अनलकी चार्म और इनऑस्पिशियस इज नॉट गुड. आई डोंट एग्री विद दैट. बट व्हाट डिड मिस्टर मोदी से इन बंगाल व्हेन इलेक्शंस वर गोइंग ऑन? He said, मैंने कहा था जब वो फ्लाईओवर गिर गया था कि ये फ्लाईओवर गिर गया, ये भगवान की तरफ से संकेत है. अगर ममता बनर्जी की सरकार आई तो पता नहीं इस प्रदेश में क्या क्या होगा. That is what the Prime Minister said. We all know it when the Bengal elections were going on. Secondly, he said, अगर मोदी के भाग्य से आपको लाभ होता है तो ये मोदी का भाग्य है. So these are the things that have been said before also.
Okay, so, Shehzad Poonawalla, what are you showing? What are you showing on your phone, Shehzad? Is it a fact that is countering Vivek Silas?
If you go full screen, because I'm on an iPad, if you go full screen and show, you will see that Rahul Gandhi is inside the ring during Commonwealth Games hugging Vijender Singh. It's another matter that Vijender has now joined Congress, but this was when he was an athlete. Isn't the boxing ring sacrosanct? And that time, because Rahul Gandhi knew that he wanted to take credit of the win of the CWG at that time, so he went into the ring. How come Rahul Gandhi entered the ring? Is Rahul Gandhi a professional boxer? Is Rahul Gandhi a selector of the boxing team? How come he went inside the ring? The photo is there. You also Google it and take it out. Secondly, the stadium in Ahmedabad is named after Modi ji, but it is in the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel complex. Is Mr. Vivek Silas saying that Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's name is unlucky? If the Samajwadi Party has told this about our Sardar, I demand immediate apology that any place within the precincts of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel complex is unlucky. If such a person is saying this, this shows the extent of the vote bank politics today of Vivek Silas.
Respond, Vivek Silas. Respond.
Navika ji, the name of the stadium, before it was rebuilt also, we have been having test matches in Ahmedabad for decades and decades. It was named after Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. There was no need to name it after Mr. Narendra Modi. Now you have named it after Narendra Modi. Don't play jibes here, Shehzad ji. There is no use playing jibes here. There is no use at all of playing jibes here. The entire country knows that the Ahmedabad Motera Stadium is renamed as Narendra Modi Stadium. We all know it. Even the commentators, when they come to commentate, they say Narendra Modi Stadium. Just like you have named the Firoz Shah Kotla Stadium again in the name of late Arun Jaitley. Similarly, you have named the Motera Stadium or the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Stadium in name of Narendra Modi. That is a fact.
Okay,
and you
so
cannot
you have a
that.
problem with that. Is that why Narendra Modi being called Panauti is all right? Are you officially saying that now politics will take the form of official trollers?
I don't agree with that.
You disagree with that? And do you think India team का time बुरा चल रहा है? किसी और का टाइम अच्छा चल रहा है?
India had that one bad day. Unfortunately, India team had just one bad day in the entire tournament, and that was absolutely it was heartbreaking. It was just a bad day for India.
Ishkaran Bhandari, when Akhilesh Yadav ji says that किसी और का टाइम अच्छा चल रहा है, he's actually talking about 2024 and the political formation at that time, how the opposition is going to do better. I want to ask you, is it okay to compare, the luck of the Indian cricket team with the luck of somebody in politics? Isn't that an insult of our sportsmen? And then, of course, all the Panauti, the Jeb Katra, and all the statements that have been used against the Prime Minister. Is that kosher? Is that what our politics is about?
Navika ji, I patiently waited for my time. I hope nobody will interrupt me. Since the liberal, woke and socialist world believes in identity politics, I ask you this question. If a Brahmin or Thakur, BJP mainline politician had called an OBC leader of some other party Panauti, would New York Times to Noida not have erupted in protests? But a self-proclaimed Janehudhari Brahmin can call an OBC leader as a Panauti. What is the history of Panauti? It is a bad omen. What happens to bad omen? They are they are excluded. They are not called to events. They are not called to parties. Our country has had an unfortunate history of chhuachat also. And here we have a so-called Janevdari Brahmin saying it, but nobody will talk about it. The second aspect, when we talk about superstition, do you know in Noida, Akhilesh Yadav used to refuse to go there because it was superstitious that anybody who visits Noida will not come back to power. He didn't visit Noida, he didn't come back to power. Who broke that superstition? A so-called regressive Mahant who went there multiple times and won the election. These are the narratives which are peddled in this country. The third aspect of this, I remember being on Times Now where people were discussing Muhammad Shami as a Muslim and how he was told after 21 laws. The Prime Minister had Muhammad Shami tweeted that photo. The Prime Minister was saying that we are with you on all support. And one day before that, I saw so many leftist handles saying Muhammad Siraj and Muhammad Shami will be trolled the most. That was the narrative being peddled. The Prime Minister stopped that, took it on his shoulder. That we will not talk Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. The last point I want to make, because I remember your debate when this exact topic was being discussed. French President Macron went to Kylian Mbappé after they lost the match to Argentina, who was crying, and he consoled him. And the world appreciated leader who is standing with the sports people at the time when they have lost a devastating football final. The same thing the Prime Minister did. In fact, I was watching the match. By the time the Prime Minister reached the stadium, it was very obvious India was in the doldrums. It had a very difficult match to win. Somebody else may not have even gone there and said, I'm busy in election rallies. He still reached there. He consoled everybody, even though he knew he would be trolled. He did that. Finally, the same things we saw in 14 where Manish Shankar Iyer said he can only do Chaye Ka Vitran because of probably the community he comes from. The same logic Rahul Gandhi is doing today, which Manish Shankar Iyer, who knew the family very well, knew what is the drawing room talk, was elucidating. Rahul Gandhi is himself doing it. But finally, all trolling and in cricket, all sludging aside, the one who wins the final, April-May 2024, the same way Prime Minister Modi won May 2019, that is the final say because that is what the voters decide.
I want to play out the video of the Prime Minister in the dressing room, and I'm coming to you, Vivek Srivastava. Let's listen in.
आप लोग पूरा 10-10 गेम जीत के आए हो, ये तो होता रहता है. सुनाइए भाई, देश आप लोगों को देख रहा है. मैंने सोचा मिल लूँ को सबको. होता है. कहाँ राहुल कहते हैं ये आप लोग मेहनत बहुत की है, लेकिन कहाँ बाबू ढीलो ना पड़ दो. हमें बहुत अच्छा किया है इस बार. तू तो गुजराती बोलते हो इसने थोड़ा कर दो घर से. सो आप लोग बहुत अच्छी मेहनत की है और चलिए होता है. होता रहता है ऐसा. हाँ, और साथियों को एक दूसरे को जरा हौसला बुलंद करते चलिए. और जब आप लोग फ्री हो गए कभी दिल्ली आएंगे तो बैठूंगा आप लोगों के साथ. मेरी तरफ से निमंत्रण है आप सबको.
What was political about this meeting with the players, Vivek Srivastava? And why would somebody troll the Prime Minister's meeting with players and then begin all this thing about Panauti? What's objectionable in the words of the Prime Minister? Any one syllable of politics?
No, you are trying to see it in isolation. You are trying to see only this one particular video, only this one particular event. But I would like to see the Honorable Prime Minister in a bigger spectrum. He loves photo ops. He likes his videos being circulated. He loves to pose in front of the cameras. He likes to inaugurate temples. He likes to put foundation stones of temples. And he is trying to create a history for himself, which he feels is going to take him somewhere. But he doesn't understand that the divisiveness that he has, put the seeds of in the Indian democracy, that will not be forgotten. You know, you did not hold the cricket match in Eden Garden. You did not hold it in Mohali. You did not hold it in, Arun Jaitley Stadium. You did not have it in Wankhede. You shifted it to Gujarat.
Because it's the largest stadium. It has a capacity of 130,000 people.
No, it is.
You know, it's common sense, sir.
No, you wanted to highlight. No, it's not common sense. You wanted to highlight Gujarat as the home state of the present Prime Minister, and there was a lot of politics behind it. There was a lot of political pressure on the players when they were playing. And finally, again, I mean, he was thinking that maybe India will win. And again, that is going to be a great gala time with the Prime Minister present over there. Unfortunately,
pressure on the team came from Narendra Modi. Pressure on the team came from Narendra Modi.
Absolutely.
But he came after the first innings.
Leaders,
he came after the first innings was over. He came after the first innings was over, Abhijit Iyer Mitra.
Yes, perhaps, but
exactly.
Everybody knew he is coming. Everybody knew he is coming.
Oh, so they got pressurized. And Dr. Manmohan Singh, when he went in 2005, the team felt pressured. That's why they lost.
You know, Navika, here's the point. Vivek is a communist. Nobody else has exploited sports for politics more than communists have. Literally. In China, you can't go anywhere in the sporting world unless you're a member of the Communist Party. और आप बात कर रहे हो
they are one of the biggest medal tally holders in the Olympics consistently.
Yes, so clearly
उनका ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड देखिए आप पहले ओलंपिक्स में, फिर बोलिए रशिया जब कम्युनिस्ट था तो उनका ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड देखिए, क्यूबन्स का देखिए.
So you support politics in sports?
See that.
So they should be BJP members
absolutely
before
not.
they get.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
not. There should be no political
party.
You insulted
hypocrisy everywhere. Sanjay Jha, you had a point. I give you 20 seconds. Sanjay Jha.
Navika, I just believe that all politicians are guilty of not using the kind of language they should, no matter the pressure or the compulsion of an election campaign. Mr. Modi himself is guilty of using terms like New Jersey cow for Mrs. Gandhi. He's used terms like 50 crore ka girlfriend, very demeaning towards women. He's talked about Congress ki vidwa. This is not the language that any leader does. I do believe
Maut ka Saudagar is justified language. Nali ka Keeda, justified language?
Not at all.
So then everybody has to do some soul searching here. Nobody takes the moral high ground. And the crowning glory is when you become a trending troller word of Panauti. When that becomes part of mainstream, what would you call it, Shehzad?
Look, Navika, first of all, we shouldn't go down to that drain of who started abusing first, because then we can go back to who called Vajpayee ji a Gaddar, who called Ek Sherni Saw Langur, and who are the Saw Langur. Let's not get into that. Maybe some panelists are old enough to remember. Some panelists were not even born. But having said that, Vivek ji se mera ek specific sawal hai. Khadge ji has said Teli is not a backward class, is not a backward caste. Does he agree with Khadge ji? Point one. And point two, I was showing another picture. Since you are so aggrieved with people taking cameras, etc. Here is what Mr. Sukhu did. He called Virat Kohli to his house. Virat is completely uninterested. Look at how Sukhu ji is sitting. Who clicks pictures of people in their house like this? आप करो तो भाई चमत्कार है, और दूसरे अगर वहां पर सांत्वना देने जाए कि भाई we are with you, standing with you, all India is with you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the entire country, 140 crore people are heartbroken because the Indian team lost the match. But the crowning glory is when politics takes pot shots at each other, politicians taking pot shots at each other and making the Indian cricket team cannon fodder. Panauti, bad omen made the Indian team lose? And was it only good omen that made it win the 9 previous matches? Is that all it's going to come down to? What happens to the hard work, the dedication and the worship of these sportsmen? Is it all going to be attributed to the stars, to the luck, and to the bad omens? Well, think about it. Is this the kind of politics that we want? And is this really what our debate is all about? on whether or not the Prime Minister should have gone and consoled the losing team. That was our country's team. We all get angry when matches are lost. But then, these are our heroes. They won us so many accolades in the past. Will we run them down along with the Prime Minister only because the Prime Minister paid them a visit? Is that what this country is all about? Well, think about it. Some amount of decorum in politics won't be too late to bring. We leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my guests for joining me on debate number 1.